The orbital motion generator allows you to make an object orbit around another object. Right above the required section is a hover me. If you hover your cursor over the words hover me, you'll find some useful information which says, this Smob moves objects by updating their transform position each frame, so it's best to use this object sparingly and when there are no better options available. If you can get by with using the spinner mod, it would be a better option since the spinner mod uses an animation, which is more efficient than updating an object's transform. The hover me also informs us that the orbital axis is based on the orbit center's local y-axis. Let's go over the required section. Orbiting object is the object that will be doing the orbiting. Just drag the object to this field. Orbit center is the object that you want to orbit around. Now the user prefs. Auto start does just what it says. If checked, your object will start orbiting as soon as the game is started. Orbit radius determines how far the orbital path is from the orbit center. Center offset allows you to move the orbit center. You can offset it in any direction. Speed RPM determines how fast the orbit is. RPM stands for rotations per minute. Rotate clockwise determines which direction the object orbits. If you want it to rotate counterclockwise, just uncheck this option. There are two events. Orbiting started happens anytime the object starts orbiting. Orbiting stopped happens anytime the object stops orbiting. Let me give you a simple demonstration. Let's use the orbital motion generator to make a small sphere orbit around our character. I'll go ahead and create a 3D sphere and scale it down to a scale size of about 0.15. I don't want the sphere to collide with anything, so I'll remove the collider by clicking on the little black cog on the right side of the component and then selecting Remove Component. Next, I'll drop an orbital motion generator into my scene. I'll drag the sphere into the orbiting object field. Then I'll drop my character, Manny, into the orbit center field. That will make the sphere orbit around my character. I'll leave auto start checked so that it starts orbiting as soon as the game starts, and I'll change the orbit radius to 0.75. The pivot point for my character is right on the ground, so by default, our sphere will be orbiting at ground level. However, I'd like it to be higher. Since my character is almost 2 units tall, let's offset the Y value by 1.5. I also want to change the speed to something faster. How about 50? Let's test our scene and see what it looks like.